it's Adam, Jack, and Ross from Cultaholic.com, and we're here with our 9 pitches for the most exciting pay-per-view of the calendar year. It is Stomping Ground.
Where we kick ass and take names to give it its full title.
Wonderful logo. It's a big shoe.
Oh.
How are you guys doing today?
Kick it off now.
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm set.
Tickety boomy.
Not
Top of the
allowed.
world.
Not allowed to be in the predictions contest.
And rightfully so. It's been 2 months, you arsehole.
Yeah, I know.
Do you not care about the fans?
I care about them deeply. I will get round to it probably next week, if not the week after. If not the week after. If not sometime in the future. Now, if you haven't watched one of these videos before, the rules are simple. Are they rules? It's not what we want. Yellow, it's not. Oh, cocked it up already. It's not what we think's going to happen. It's what we want to happen. There you go. We're going to kick things off with Ross. Your first pitch, please.
I forgot what it was.
Please.
Right, I'm going big early, Adam Pacitti. I want to see Shane McMahon go away. And how do we do that? We do this by having Shane McMahon get involved in Drew's match with Roman Reigns. Somehow, Shane costs Drew, and then Drew thinks, bloody hell, it's happened again. I've lost to Roman Reigns, but this time, it's a sweaty old man's fault. So I'm going to turn on this sweaty man, and I'm going to kill him. Not literally, metaphorically speaking, of course. So Drew then turns on Shane.
Becoming babyface in the process?
Don't know. Becoming free from Shane in the process. That's the most important thing here. If it leads to a SummerSlam big blow-off where Drew McIntyre does all sorts of ungodly things to Shane McMahon, I'm on board with that.
As long as that's where it stops.
As long as where this whole madness with Shane McMahon ends this Sunday. Because it's a joke that's gone way too far now.
He's at the point where he's ruining Raw and SmackDown on a weekly basis.
This week's SmackDown was fantastic. If you broke it down segment by segment, the only bad ones were the ones involving Shane.
I didn't even mind this week too much. The problem is Shane still has a lot of pals. He's got Elias. He's got the Revival now for some reason.
Yeah. Lashley, I think.
Yeah, he's got a lot of friends. He's got a lot of backup. It worries me that this could continue for a lot longer just because he has all of his buddies still there.
Yeah. I don't know how we get out of this mess. We're in a bit of a pickle here with Shane McMahon. It was all right when he was just coming back every few months and going, I'll beat this man who I'll never, ever beat and then have an entertaining match and then lose. But now, it's gone too far and it needs to stop, and it needs to stop soon.
I agree. It worries me a little bit, babyface Drew at this point, because we've not really been given any reason so far to be invested in him as a heel. I'd quite like to see if that can work first. We know he can be great.
He's not said he'll turn face in the process.
I want to see
if you're going to beat up Shane McMahon, you are the biggest babyface in the company.
Well, then just have him beat up someone else.
Like next week, have him beat up a Make-A-Wish kid or something.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I mean, if the conclusion to this is Shane McMahon being off weekly TV and ideally pay-per-views for the next year, then it's 100% a yes from me.
How have we got to this stage?
It's awful.
It's
really bad. He's the biggest heel in the WWE, but he's not entertaining.
I watched his return, his 2016 return this week, just to see what it was like again. 3 years on. My God. How far have we gone the other way?
People loved it. I was so excited to see Shane back. When that music hit, I was just like, Jesus Christ.
It's just amazing to see how far we've gone the other way.
He should have never transitioned from, I don't want to call him a spot monkey, but somebody who does ludicrous things, falling off big things, and now he's a wrestler, and the best wrestler in the world. MMA expert.
He does all the triangle chokes and whatnot.
It's a shambles. What I think this comes down to is Vince McMahon isn't able to be on weekly TV anymore. And so he's put his son in his place. I think Vince, if he wasn't so old and can't really cut great promos anymore, he'd still love to be doing that. He's got obviously other obligations, so put Shane in there, but it's not working at all anymore. No. Yes from me.
It's a yes from me as well, and I feel like Adam Pacitti's been a bit too critical as well. I'd just like to point that out right now.
Whoa!
I'd just like to say, because you brought up this whole, I don't know if I'd rather see Drew as a babyface or not, but I think the most important thing is that we get out of this sticky situation with Shane.
He would get a massive cheer on the night, but then you follow that up by having him do something ungodly to confirm he's still a badass heel.
And then he has to win quite a bit because he's losing on Sunday, isn't he?
Yeah, he is losing on Sunday.
I think he probably is. I've predicted he will, but you never know with Shane in his corner.
Fair point. Holds a pinfall victory over Roman Reigns.
Roman's first since he dropped the Universal title.
Is that right?
Was to Shane McMahon his first pinfall loss.
What a shambles. What an absolute shambles. Yes from me.
Yes from me as well.
Get in.
Jack, you're up.
I want Kofi Kingston to hit Dolph Ziggler with the Trouble in Paradise and escape the cage immediately. Because no one's excited for this match, right? Despite the cage stipulation. And I just feel like maybe it would be a bit of a... You know what? Sometimes when a squash comes out of nowhere and you don't expect it, like Goldberg-Lesnar, everyone's like, oh, it's amazing. And I just think it would make a non-entertaining situation into an entertaining one. I do feel a bit bad for Dolph, but imagine that. Dolph goes for the super kick, duck, trouble in paradise, scamper, 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 climb over, scamper, scamper, drop.
This is Jack's backstage agenting coming into play. Scamper, 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 and drop.
Just like Fit Finley.
It worries me because you say that nobody's excited for this, and I agree, but it also has the potential to be one of the best matches on the card just because it is Kofi and Dolph, and I think you're taking something away if you don't let it go. At the same time, I don't give a toss about Dolph. I don't think I ever will. I think he is done. If this happens, he is well and truly done.
We'll see how good the match is on Sunday then.
The final nail in his coffin came.
You're right. It is on paper. It's one of the better work rate matchups. But yeah,
I just can't believe he came back with the same character who, won the United States title out of nowhere, took a month's holiday, came back at the Rumble,
got thrown out immediately,
came in number 30, got eliminated 2 minutes later. I can't believe he came back with the same. He's been done for so. We were saying on the predictions video, Survivor Series 2014. I know he had the year with Drew, but that was more about Drew than Dolph, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But like ever since Survivor Series 2014, he's been broken, and I can't believe he's still there.
5 years.
It's just nothing.
I feel sorry for him, genuinely, because it isn't his fault. He's a great performer.
He likes to tell us that, though, doesn't he?
No, that's a fair point. He is a whinger as well. But at the same time, like, he's somebody that 5 years ago, just before that happened, we could all say future world champ. I mean, he's been world champ. Future WWE champ. I'm going to say no to this, just because it's a match that could be really good, and I think you're taking away not just a good match, but also some... I think they've probably got some quite inventive spots in mind. It's not to say that I wouldn't... It would be exciting. It would pop me.
Scamper, scamper, scamper.
Scamper, scamper, scamper.
Hashtag
tapper,
scamper,
tapper,
scamper,
tapper.
scamper,
yeah, sorry, Jack. Maybe I'm a bastard.
Ross?
Yeah, I'm all on board. It'll be a good match if it goes long, but again, it's the fact that it's Dolph Ziggler. I just do not give a toss. Whatsoever. So you take the 20 minutes that would have been in that match and give it to Samoa Joe and Ricochet.
Yes.
And that's how you make up with that. So I'm on board.
I'm all for that. So it's a yes from you?
Yes.
What was that?
That's a yes.
I'm going to stick with that match then. I'm going to have that match happening as a match, and then Bray Wyatt make his debut on Stomping Grounds. I'm really, really enjoying Firefly Funhouse. But I think it's probably reaching its natural conclusion. I think he needs to pop up somewhere. We're still maybe a month and a bit away from Extreme Rules as well. I'd quite like to see him debut on a pay-per-view. So, my idea is Bray debuts, not just in like a lights go out some way. Maybe the puppets appear on the screen or big puppet mannequins. I haven't really thought this bit through. He debuts in a very cool way, and then he completely brutalizes Kofi Kingston, trapping him in the cage.
Is this after the match?
After the match.
Okay, right.
Yes, yeah.
Right,
Dolph has lost by this point after a 15-minute forgettable classic. And then Bray makes his debut. The problem with this is Bray is probably the coolest person on the WWE roster at this point. Is that a fair word to use?
No. Coolest?
Finn Balor's cucumber cool, pal. With his leather jacket. Oh, look at me.
I think Bray is ridiculously cool.
He's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool is the word I would use.
Okay, entertaining then?
I wouldn't want to hang out with him
He's
and
definitely
smoke
the most
cigarettes on the back of the
captivating,
shop.
There you
Yeah.
go. My point here is that he's going to get cheered, whatever he does,
yeah.
except if it's with somebody who people love as much as they love Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston is the perfect babyface for Bray to beat down, brutalize, trap him in the cage, keep absolutely going at him. And I think that's one of the only people in the WWE on Raw or SmackDown that would give Bray some genuine heat. And then in the weeks that follow, he starts maybe not kidnapping, but killing the New Day one by one on weekly TV.
Maybe not kidnapping, but killing the New Day.
That's way better. He starts brutalizing the New Day week by week, taking them out of the equation, leading to Extreme Rules, which is the next pay-per-view, and then we get some sort of gimmicky match.
Put on a pole match.
Maybe not that gimmicky, but some sort of match with lots and lots of weapons after Bray has used said weapons in previous weeks on WWE TV, and it's just him and Kofi. Bray, despite the fact that he's great and he's entertaining and he's going to get cheered when he returns, he needs somebody like Kofi to make him a heel, because it is a heel character. However much we love it, it's a heel character.
Oh, yeah, because he said the Earth might be flat, and the dinosaurs didn't go extinct or something, didn't he?
So did AJ.
No. AJ said there's a possibility, and you just can't handle that, Adam.
I just think there's some stuff out there that we don't know about. Moves are easy.
So yeah, I want to see Bray go to SmackDown. Sorry,
I was just getting extra hillbilly there.
Why are we doing that? It's great. Okay, so yeah, I want to see Bray go to SmackDown because I just think he'll get a little bit lost on Raw. But the fact that SmackDown are just getting repeats of the vignettes suggests to me that maybe he is going to Raw. I'd like to see him on SmackDown. I think Kofi's time as WWE champion is nearing an end, and there's nobody that I would like to see take that belt from him more than Bray Wyatt.
We were saying this, weren't we, yesterday? Who are the challengers in the title mix?
We couldn't work it out.
Bryan's down in the tag division now. AJ's away injured. He's on Raw now.
I think the next one, this is just my guess, but he was the previous one, but it's Kevin Owens from the promos he's been cutting on Kofi, saying like, I'll get you after Dolph if he doesn't get you first. He said that on
Shane
SmackDown.
McMahon's the other one, isn't it?
Shane, yeah.
It's a genuine possibility.
Yeah.
It's a genuine possibility. So Bray's will return in the cage, ruin Kofi, trap him in there. What do you think?
I like it, but it's a no from me because Matthew, I think it was the other day, suggested a better alternative.
All right. See you later then.
No, come back. I think that it's going to be, or I'd like to see, Matthew, I think it was Matthew D pointed out. He said that Bray's been saying, let me in. That's his thing. Aleister Black's been saying,
how
let
dare
me
you?
out.
I literally said that to your
Was it
face
you?
on the
It
predictions
was
yesterday.
you.
How
Oh,
dare
sorry,
you?
I thought it was Matthew. I'm so
Easy
sorry.
mistake to make.
Tomato, tomato, look at him.
Ross suggested a really good alternative the other day. Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt and that, and yeah.
You know how That's
why you want to see the first few.
Last week on SmackDown, he opened the door and was like, will anybody challenge me? Blah, 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 blah. So he does it again, but the camera's behind him when he opens the door. Bray's there going, let me in.
I
Boom!
love, from a purely sort of image-based thing, I think that sounds and looks great. The problem with that is then you've got either Bray or Aleister are going to lose their first big either return feud or main
How
roster
dare you
singles
apply
feud.
wrestling logic to
So
that scenario?
no, I'd love to see it. And you can
you're
imagine
right.
them being great together as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, I'm going to change.
But one's
mine
got to
to-
lose.
You've convinced me otherwise. I'm going to change mine to a yes.
Yes, take that, Matthew.
Ross.
Yeah, I'm in the same as him. I was going to say no because I like the Aleister Black idea better, but now you've said that. Because those two just can't lose for a long time.
No. And
So
people
I'm
are
a yes.
talking a lot about Bray Wyatt. Hey, it's not a main event gimmick. Make it a main event gimmick. You can absolutely do that. Put him in the title picture immediately.
They
and
can
those
do
people
that.
shut
Yeah,
up.
they can make that main
100%.
event gimmick.
Yeah.
Yes! Ross, you're up.
I'm going to go for Bayley versus Alexa Bliss now. Extreme Rules, I believe it was 2017. We saw a kendo stick on a pole match involving Alexa Bliss and Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship, I think it was. And during that match, the kendo stick fell down and Bayley got her hands on it, and Alexa Bliss was in the corner. And in this kendo stick on a pole match, Bayley couldn't work out how to go hoo-yah, hoo-yah. She was like, whoa, how do I, oh. And Alexa Bliss pounced and then just beat her up and then won. And it made Bayley look like a monumental idiot. And it's took a long while for her to get any sort of come back from that. And she's getting there. Gradually, she's becoming less of a little like, oh, I'm here, I'm living the dream, more of like a legitimate women's champion wrestler. So to continue this trajectory, easy for me to say, have Alexa Bliss bring a kendo stick into this match on Sunday, because she is the heel, I think. Maybe. I don't know what's real and what's not anymore. And have somehow the referee's back gets turned. Bayley picks it up, twats her several times, just brutalizes Alexa
One for
Bliss.
Nikki, back to Alexa.
Here's for Sasha as well. And then that's how she wins. She just brutalizes Alexa behind the referee's back. I don't think she comes off as a heel because Alexa would have brought it in, and she's just capitalizing on what was there.
Fair.
I think that's how you sort of save that problem. But I think I did feel sorry for Bayley for so long, but now she's gradually. That promo they did on SmackDown this week, it was like two grown-up ladies having a go at each other.
It felt real, didn't it?
Yeah.
It really did. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely. I do think it is a problem in introducing that into the match and her appearing as a heel a little bit. I think you have to be quite clever with that.
Yeah.
Maybe Alexa gets in one shot behind the ref's back first just to set that precedent, and then she can go nuts. But yeah, it's a yes from me.
It's a yes from me as well. I think it's very fitting. I like the idea of a callback to a previous feud because often
Because they never do that.
that's the current product's kind of devoid of that. So yeah, I like it for what it is, and I like it for what it means as well.
Bayley's a big girl.
Jack?
In the same vein that El Generico
Is a
big boy.
Take that, you big boy. It's so good, that. I would like to see a stipulation added to Joe versus Ricochet. This is partly to ensure that it goes long because I'm worried that it's going to be like an 8-minute match, and it deserves in terms of just the people involved. It's the match I'm most looking forward to. I think that stylistically they match up really well, and it could be a really good match. But I'm worried that it's not going to go very long. So I'd like to see maybe, and I know this is risky, but maybe a 30-minute Iron Man stipulation on it. I know that it would. Other things would have to go short. That's part of it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Kofi and Dolph.
yeah, but it's been rejected, hasn't it? So that means it's not going to happen.
Only half rejected, but carry
on. I think that, or maybe just like something that would prolong it slightly, maybe 2 out of 3 falls or something, just because I think they deserve to have a long match and a good one, and not just moves and coolness. I think they deserve to show what they can really do on a deeper level. I don't mind who wins.
Really like it. It's probably the match that I'm most excited for.
Yeah, same.
A US title match, a title that has increasingly become completely meaningless for a long, long time.
Well, Dolph didn't want it.
I think that
God almighty me. Never thought about it that way before.
Dolph
That
didn't
United
want it.
States Championship so devoid of anything. Ziggler of all people dropped it.
That's sad.
I mean,
it?
it's ruined. Where's Nakamura and Rusev gone? They've just disappeared.
Apparently
since
Rusev
holding
has
it.
just asked for some time off.
Yeah.
He's just holidaying at the
After
moment.
holding the United
And
States title.
Nakamura is surfing and
He was on Up Up Down Down.
was he?
He was translating for Woods. Asuka. Woods was asking Asuka about her figure skating past. She was like, "Yes, I was a figure skater." And Nakamura was like, "Really?" And she was like, "Only for 1 year when I was 10." And Woods is like, "Ha ha ha." Great content on it.
No, I need to. I just love listening to Shinsuke. The way he talks, I find
His English is
mesmerizing.
so much better.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
just his his voice is like it's a curly voice. How do you describe it?
Curly
You know
voice.
what I mean? It's just like it's like
Matthew
It's yeah, I think it's something that you've brought up in the past, Ross. Is that Ricochet has been completely messed up. He feels like just another wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Various people have said it, but it's just like, how can you mess that up?
Yeah.
Give him a 30-minute Iron Man match, really introduce him properly.
Have him win probably, I'd guess. I don't know. Don't really
I
mind.
feel so sorry for Joe, though.
I don't feel sorry for Joe. Look at him.
How he got the title? How can you feel sorry for him?
What a bastard.
I just feel sorry for him for his complete WWE main roster career.
He should be world champion now.
Yeah, of course he should.
Yeah, he should.
Of course he should. And he's just...
Oh, have Ricochet win, push Joe up to the main, then he can
Move
be
Joe
Kofi's
back to
opponent.
SmackDown. There you go. There's Kofi
Wait,
Kingston's
is
next
Joe on
challenger.
Raw?
Joe's on Raw
now,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, no.
Get him back to SmackDown.
Get him back
for
to
sure,
SmackDown.
Yeah.
Get him against Kofi. There's
Kofi,
his-
Joe. Yeah, there
there's
you
your
go.
summer program.
That's all part of it, right?
Yeah.
It's a
yeah,
yes from
whatever.
me.
I mean, it's never ever going to happen because it's the United States Championship. But I'm sick of the US title meaning bugger all. So I'm all on
You say
board.
that the IC title's not even on the card.
It's Finn, isn't it?
It's
Well,
Finn
it's-
as the champion.
Yeah.
As if you have to ask
I know,
that. It's
yeah.
ludicrous.
Still drunk from the Champions League final.
yeah.
But I'm on board.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the SmackDown Tag Title match. Heavy Machinery versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan. But also included in this is the weird tag team match also. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on Xavier Woods and Big E. So I would like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to beat Xavier and Big E. They need a win really badly because they're really starting to feel like enhancement talent at this point. No, they are.
They are.
And it's...
Especially Sami.
Yeah.
Sammy's just
He's always the one to take the pinfall, or
Yeah.
generally the one to take the pinfall anyway. But
And even
also,
when he's not, they put another fall in the match specifically
Yeah,
for him to take
right.
the pinfall.
part of this also, Heavy Machinery to beat Bryan and Rowan, which is, I think they've sort of booked themselves into a corner here because it's Heavy Machinery's first proper feud. It's for the titles already, and if they lose now, I don't want to say they're done for, but it's a big
This
blow
is what I was
being
saying.
called up.
They need to win, otherwise you just go back down on the same level as the B team and
Yeah.
maybe not the Colognes, but you know they're as dark and as deep as you can get, can't you?
Yes, I
Not
agree.
Epico, but Primo, yeah.
I think they're in trouble if they don't win this, which is a shame because I love Daniel Bryan and Rowan together. I think they're a great tag team. Daniel Bryan on the mic especially is great, and I think he's making Rowan feel like a bigger deal than he was before. So those two teams to win, which then sets up at Extreme Rules a triple threat match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and get them established as a proper tag team, not just two wrestlers who sometimes are friends, sometimes aren't, but team together on the odd occasion. As well as Heavy Machinery in that tag match as the new SmackDown Tag Champions, and keep Daniel Bryan and Rowan in that picture also. The reason that you can't just have Daniel Bryan and Rowan win this one, not just because it would hurt Heavy Machinery, But because then you've got heel versus heel, which is obviously a lot more difficult to sell. So I think the sensible way of doing this is to set up a triple threat match, even if that makes Heavy Machinery into transitional champions, and then you put the belts on either team, actually, preferably Owens and Sami, I think. But I think that still makes them feel like a bigger deal, as long as they don't just go all the way back down straight away. So that's it. I know it's a bit convoluted, but I think it's sensible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
it is sensible.
They need to win on Sunday, Heavy Machinery.
Yeah.
Otherwise, again, who's the next challengers?
Oh, they could win by DQ. I mean, it's not.
Do I want to say that in the name of a pay-per-view called Stomping Ground where we're kicking ass and taking names?
Xavier and Big E, maybe get them as tag champs and then have all the gold around the New Day's waist. I mean, we've seen it.
We've seen it a million times, haven't we?
Yeah, them as tag champs. But yeah, I think this is... I'd like to see a month-long reign for Heavy Machinery. I do find them really entertaining. And also, I think if they're champions for a long time, they're not good enough in the ring to put on consistently entertaining matches. I think that
How do we
shtick's gonna
know?
get old.
We don't know yet, do we?
Just watching their NXT stuff, they're good in the
It was
ring,
always
but
quite short.
they're not.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
they've only had one type of match in their like entire WWE career, as far as I know.
I'd love to be proven wrong,
Just like squash
just not
matches,
sure I
aren't
would
they?
be.
Essentially.
just because I don't think they have the wrestling experience. Certainly not of the other teams mentioned.
Can't we call it the Street Profits? I just want that. I
You
know
want
they
Street
don't-
Profits?
I know
No,
they
just we need to get rid of bloody
No,
Angelo
we
Dawkins.
don't.
We
Right,
do.
this is ridiculous.
He isn't good.
He's
I hate this
awful.
bit.
How he's
No,
been
but
employed
he's
for
not-
so long is
he's
incredible.
not as bad as everyone says. He's just not as bad as
getting there.
everyone
He
says.
is the
Not as
luckiest
bad.
man in
No.
WWE at the minute to be paired with Montez.
Montez is brilliant. but-
King Tez is the man.
But Angelo's not as bad as everyone says. He had a really good spear.
Okay.
Through a ladder, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, no, nor should you.
No, yeah. But he's a rest his job.
He's been employed. How long has he been employed? It's at least 5-6 years. Angelo Dawkins has been employed there.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. Do you remember when he had like, the taunt with 3 taunts in it? He did
Yeah.
it took like 5 minutes for him to do his taunt. He's so bad.
Yeah, so no more NXT call-ups either. Just be
Okay.
done with the NXT. Leave them all down there for at least a year because they're not working terrifically well. Is it a yes from both of you?
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And then unify the division.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Get rid of all the bollocks.
Yes, please. Ross.
I'm going to the main event now. Well, I think what's going to be the main event. The Universal title match.
Yeah.
Who will be the referee?
Okay.
I want it to be Curt Hawkins. Because back in January, Adam Pacitti, we saw a match. Well, this is when big baldy bastard Baron Corbin was being an absolute arsehole to Curt Hawkins. So he made him a referee just so he could keep his job.
Yes.
I think that's what went down there. And in a match between the Revival and the glorious Bobby and slightly less glorious Chad.
More glorious. Infinitely more glorious.
I
He's
know,
the
but
best.
that's
He's
not
so
what I meant.
good.
Yeah, he's way better than Bobby.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry.
they had a match and Curt Hawkins was the referee.
Disrespect to former Impact champion. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I know it's bad. They've made a mess of him, haven't they?
Yeah.
So Curt refereed this match and spotted every single Tom, Dick, and Harry, all the tomfoolery the Revival were doing. He made them hold the tag ropes and said, "No, you're not tagging yourself in if you're not holding the tag ropes." There was roll-ups and cheating and everything. He just spotted everything. So I want to see the man who is unquestionably the best referee in WWE today referee this match right down the line. No bollocks. Just give me a winner and give me a loser, and let's get the hell out of Stomping Grounds where we kick ass and take names.
My question to you, Ross, is... Will this make the match itself more entertaining? Because
No, it will not.
Seth and Baron aren't going to put on a great
I'd
match.
find it funnier.
Because
I'd
Baron's
find
not
I'd
that
find
good.
it really funny if Baron kept trying to cheat and Curt Hawkins was having none of it. So good.
Yeah.
And we've
In a
got
really
we've got another callback, haven't we, to when Corbin was thinking, "Oh, I'll just make a mockery of this man's career, grovel for your job, and I'll make you a referee." And then Curt can come back, and Kurt's not busy at the minute, is he? He lost the titles.
Yes.
What's he doing now?
Not a great deal.
His calling in the wrestling business, from what we saw in that one match, is to be a referee and the
Yeah.
best referee ever. Go back. I think
he-
it was the January 21st episode of Raw. Go and watch that match, and he spots everything. It's an amazing performance.
You could argue that match actually did a lot of damage to every other referee in the
Yeah, it
WWE.
did.
It made them all look like suckers.
They were all like,
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, wound me up like a kipper there. It's a yes from me. It contradicts my final one, but we can allow, you can want a
Because
few things.
we're expecting an ungodly amount of tomfoolery to go down
yeah.
in this match. So just fool everybody. Pure wrestling match, methodical, slow paced,
Slow pace is right.
textbook, everything just straight down the middle.
Catch
No
as catch
nonsense.
can.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Baron Corbin.
It's a yes from me.
It's a no for me because it contradicts mine.
You're allowed to want more than one thing, or is yours better?
Well, I obviously think mine's better because I thought of it, but you put me on an arrogant spot there. So I'm like,
No,
of course mine's better.
Go on, hit us with it, Jack.
So I don't know who the referee should be yet, but I think that after the match, Lesnar should try and cash in on Seth. He should cash in. In fact, he should hand the briefcase over and cash in. And I've deliberately not put the name of the person on the notes because I knew one of you would say it beforehand, so I've kept it a little secret there. But I know it in my brain. And I think that Lesnar's cash in should be ruined, and now he doesn't have the briefcase anymore, but it sets up a huge feud with him, so it's fine.
Matt Riddle.
Yeah, it was. What?
Oh, he's taking the shine away. Oh, Ross. Oh.
You'll never guess who it is, but
Pitch. This guy right here, he gets it. Yes, Ross, that is.
I don't know where it came from. There's a bit of a poof in the head, and then that was an epiphany.
I mean, he's been instructed recently to be taking shots at Brock Lesnar. He's been encouraged.
Sorry,
by
what?
According to Meltzer, he's being encouraged by WWE in his interviews to be taking shots at Lesnar. He's a guy that actually doesn't need to be in NXT. I almost said there they can't mess Matt Riddle up. They can, but he's a lot more.
Oh, they
difficult.
can.
Yeah,
no, I
know.
Roster like RVD in 2006.
Oh,
Don't have a cow, man. Woo!
he's got everything. He's got everything, and setting up that match. You're right.
yeah, I'm fine, whatever. Not only did Ross guess it, but you've taken over my pitch. You start going, No, and then it sets up Riddle versus Lesnar for SummerSlam, but whatever, you don't even care.
Yeah,
It's fine.
well, that's
Wouldn't you love to see Paul Heyman take a running knee to the chin? No?
Would he survive?
Yeah, of
yeah.
course
I
he
would
would.
love
It's
to.
Paul
I was
Heyman.
watching his the Goldberg spear back the other day, where Paul just takes it and he just sort of like falls over like that. It's fantastic. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Yes,
Yeah.
Jack.
I'm all on board, yeah.
Cheers, lads.
Riddle's not doing. He's feuding with Big Damo now, isn't he?
Hasn't aired
Yeah,
yet,
Hasn't aired yet.
but yes.
Whoops.
Skip back and then mute it and then go forward. But that is going to happen fairly soon. It's all right. Yeah, it's 100% yes from me. Wonderful stuff. Okay, mine also relates to the main event, and I actually think this is what's going to happen as well. In my head, I had it as Brock Lesnar being the special guest ref, but I can't see him in that shirt. Just can't see him fitting into one. So,
Buy a bigger one.
speaking of which, Paul Heyman is my pitch for the special guest
that's who it's
referee.
going to be, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think, and I think this will be quite entertaining. It'll drag the match out for sure. Every time that Rollins has beaten up Baron Corbin, and Corbin's giving him some back as well. Every time, slow count, refuses to count, whatever. So Baron keeps getting an offense, wearing Seth down. And then finally, when Seth is all tuckered out, he's plumb tuckered, Paul Heyman counts the 3 immediately. Out comes... I don't know what that was. Brock Lesnar's theme.
Well, the
Bum, 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 bum. Out comes Brock.
What is that noise at the start of Lesnar?
It's not like that. I don't know what he's doing.
I'm trying to picture it.
It's just a guitar riff, isn't it? It's not a guitar.
Yeah.
Is it guitar?
Lesnar comes out and fast count, 3 count. There is a problem that you're immediately going to bring up here. We've got Brock as Universal Champion
Yes.
again. This is dependent on Brock being on TV every week.
Oh, well.
That's part of it. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that because that's quite important to this because I don't want a Universal Champion that's just never there.
In all fairness to Brock, before, is it just this week that he missed? He was on for a month straight, wasn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair to him.
And you've got to believe that he's going to be on TV more. With declining ratings, Brock is one of the few proven draws with a TV audience.
Depends what contract they made.
Of course.
Was it just after WrestleMania he meant to have signed a new contract?
Yes.
Then he wasn't
Surely
going
they
back
want
to
him
UFC?
on more and more.
Sure, he's go to Fox.
And then have Riddle beat him for the champion, passing of the torch moment.
Oh, you've just nicked the best bit of mine. Right.
Thoughts?
No.
Okay.
Just because I prefer mine. But you're allowed to have more than one thing. You're allowed to like more than one thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I feel like Seth should keep the belt for a bit longer. I know you
find him
don't. I know you
entertaining.
hate Seth.
I really don't hate Seth. He's literally one of the best wrestlers in the world.
I
Just
find
never
him
bought into his
cringy
character.
as piss me.
I saw one of his tweets the other day And it was just like, he called Baron Corbin something like, "Oh, Mr. No Friends." Like, you're supposed to be cool. What are you doing? It was something like that. I just thought, you're not cool.
Seth is
Take your
cool.
stupid flame shirt off, you bellend. You look like a complete and utter knob.
Seth is cool.
He's cool, probably outside
In
the
real
ring when he's
life?
hanging out with Becky Lynch, having a right laugh, kissing and what?
Kissing?
That's cool. That's fine. When he's in the ring, and not when he's in the ring, when he's cutting promos, I just think, you sound like a bit of a
They
knob,
are from
mate.
the 80s, his promos. Whoever's writing these promos for him needs sacked.
We're gonna burn it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn it down, burn it down. So it's a no from you.
It's a no, but it's not a hard no. It's a soft Brexit. Yeah.
I'm going to give you a hard no.
Oh.
Just a stiff, just a cataclysmic no. I can't have the final shot of the pay-per-view being Lesnar holding up the title when I know for a fact that Shane McMahon's going to beat Roman Reigns again. We can't have two of those in one night.
Fair.
Because Shane's going to... One of those is enough.
Wait, Shane's gonna what?
Shane's going to... I don't think Drew's going to turn on Shane like I was saying.
Oh, right,
Shane's
right,
going to
right.
get the upper hand.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've been no'd on this one, so consider this a prediction, not a pitch, because I
Oh,
really
right.
do think that one is going to happen. Thank you very, very much for watching. We have got What Happened Out, we've got WTF, Sam's doing graded. I'm not allowed to do predictions. It's Montreal 2.0, what about 9.0 by now, because they've done it.
We should
the
say,
time.
by the way, he has legitimately been a very busy man. That's why it hasn't happened.
Yeah,
I
I do a lot of stuff off camera. Yeah,
Yeah.
I will get round to it. I'm going to do it 100,000 times in about 4 minutes. You'll
Yeah.
see. Oh, I'm bollocked, aren't I?
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.